I was wondering, baby, would it make us go crazy? Baby, would I make you my baby? I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
Cause you already know I'm as cold as a dental that heal out your body and mind the way I do. Secrets you told me were confidential, but do you let anyone inside the mirror? But you ain't told them the things that we've been through.
Good morning, Currency Kings and Queens. It's Currency, and I am back with a Sunday analysis for this week. We hope to bring you some good wishes and well analysis so that we can get some money in the market this week. So first thing you know, we always go over news. I also wanted to check in with y'all and see how you did on your trading last week. How was your trading? I mean, if you traded, I know it was NFP week. Sometimes that's a little hard for some of us, but for the most part, I did pretty well in the market last week. It got a little crazy on Thursday, Friday, a little choppy and kind of unpredictable in the market. It wasn't trending as well as it has been for the last week or two, but I was successful in ending with a green week. If you don't mind, drop a comment down below. Let me know how you did on your week and what you traded and how that went for you. Getting started on the news for today. Let's see where the market ended on Friday and see what we have to look forward to in the coming week as far as news. As you know, today is Sunday, so the market will open later this afternoon. We typically kind of just scour the markets on Sundays to see where we could have a setup coming Monday, and we kind of just go with the flow and watching and monitoring the market so that we can get what we need for the week. I'll give you a weekly bias. This is my bias. This is not financial advice. So make sure that you analyze the charts and follow your strategy as you typically would. So in the market for news, we have, of course, Sundays, we're not going to do anything, but coming in on Monday, we don't have any significant news that's going to push the market up. We have some orange folder news at about 7:30 for odd, but that's not significant enough for us to get anything done. Coming in on Tuesday, we had red folder news regarding New Zealand, and that's at 8 p.m. But prior to that, nothing significant in the market as far as red folder news during market hours or typical trading hours for most. On Wednesday, we have red folder news at 1 o'clock. That's FOMC. They're going to do the meeting minutes. Prior to that, there's some orange folder resulting in the crude oil investors for the US dollar. So not until Thursday when we have our CPI that we expect significant volume or shifting or in the market. So just make sure that whatever you have going, and then Friday coming in, we have an employment change on the CAD and GDP at 1 a.m. on Friday, Thursday night going into Friday morning. So this week should be, but we all know that typically sometimes isn't the case. So just be careful, do proper risk management, and let's go over to the charts. So the first chart that I want to start off with, let's do GJ since that's kind of what I typically trade, and see how it's setting up right now. GJ is trending above the 50 moving average. So I'm going to call it an uptrend just because it broke above this area here. And it's just closing and staying above this area. There's a lot of fair value gaps here as well. And then we have a ceiling here on the daily, and see how it's trying to create, or it has created, this level of support here. Remember, this is on the daily. So I will take that chart, not all the drawings, but I'll take this off, and then we'll drop down to our 4-hour that we typically love seeing. And as you can see, there's some liquidity in this area. It may open on tomorrow, grab this and start down, but being that we have this trend and that support level here that I drew up and it's trending above the moving average. And look at that trend line. It's making higher highs, higher lows, but we want to pay strong attention to the high here to see if it breaks through or just grabs the liquidity and turns back to the downside. If it respects the support here in the trend line, we shall continue to see an upside for GJ. And then dropping down to the 1 hour chart, it made a higher high than the previous. My outlook currently is to just continue with a bias of buys. It's bullish. And then I want to see how it reacts to the liquidity area here on market open tomorrow. Once it breaks above the liquidity area for that, for me, I'll look at the next high, which is over here, which is our liquidity. And if I get into a trade, once it breaks that area and closes above, or retests if I want to be safe, it depends on how the market's moving tomorrow, I'll ride it here to my take profit, which is pretty significant. But we have to just see what the market will give us tomorrow. If it breaks here and I'm aggressive in it, I could get 300 pips to the next high. But then we do have some minor areas that we have to watch out for as well, which is that minor area is kind of at the same level as the high. So if it breaks that high, I'm good. Are y'all good with taking buys? Because if you're not, because look at the W pattern here. That's one confluence. It's trending above the moving average. That's two confluence. It's making higher highs and higher lows. It's got the trend line. That's a third confluence. So I'm bullish on GJ yet and still. And then it's creating that level of support. So I'm all in for buys with GJ. So I will flag GJ because that's what I'm looking at. You know what? I'm feeling a little purplish this week. Okay, so we're gonna go GU. I'm gonna do GU or EU because they're both kind of like. Let's do GU because I can already see a setup on GU. So on GU for the daily, being that the market closed and this candle is still open, I want to see how this candle closes. But we are also trending to the upside on GU, and it may potentially respect the zone here because this is a demand zone since we're trending on the upside. So if it respects that, and I know we have a sell saying here, but we don't know why, and the market's not open. So let's continue to mark up what we see in the market, not what the potential is. So dropping down, we have that demand zone being tapped into. On the lower time frame, it's trending below, which is probably why we got an indicator for sells. And remember, these technicals are laggy. So the technicals can only read after a move has been made. So you're going to always have a lag and an indicator. So make sure you are looking at the market and making your own bias decisions based on your strategy or your trading plan. So as we drop down from the daily to the 4 hour, which is a huge drop in time, we're going to look more closely at what's going on currently. Because remember, the daily is going to give you an overall view. Each candle is 1 day. 4 hours, each candle is 4 hours. And then if we want to go lower to 30 minutes or 15 minutes just to see what it's doing, each candle is 15 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever time frame you're on. That one candle represents that one moment in time, which is whatever time frame you're on. So as we're looking at the lower time frames for the 1 hour, we see that it is trending below the moving average, and we use that moving average as a level of resistance or support. So if it's trending below, it is respecting those areas. So we want to see if it's going to tap into the area here, since on the lower time frame it's making lower highs and lower lows. But the big picture, if you're swinging or doing something to where you're trading longer time frames, you're going to want to pay attention to the trend that's currently going on. But let's look at six hour. So there was a rejection here at the 6 hour, but we need to see how that last candle forms and stays. So I'm always a advocate for keeping your charts. I don't like stuff on my charts. It's distracting to me. So I don't have a whole lot of indicators that I use. It's mainly price action and a couple indicators that I can kind of take on and off of my charts here at a time. I love the liquidity swings. I like to look at the volume sometimes, and I like the moving average. And I have, let me see, it's an imbalance finder that I put on the chart sometimes just to see the gaps and to make them more visible. But you still have to be careful with that being said. So I have a good outlook this week for GU and GJ. And there's a lot of potential here in the market. So just make sure you are being careful. You're using proper risk. And that is my market analysis for today. Short, simple, and sweet. Make sure if you have not followed my channel, you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and turn that notification bell on. And until next time, deuces.